Hey everybody, Kyle here from Smoking Beaver. I'm back with another update to our spinach and peas grow in the grow tent here. Probably won't be a super long video. I just want to show you guys how the plants are doing and tell you a bit more about the lighting setup. Here are our lovely plants. The pea plant has gotten huge since the last video, which was only about a week ago. You can see I've put these makeshift stakes, these are just chopsticks, into the soil here. And the pea plant is already wrapping its tendrils around the top and the middle there. That one I kind of helped it out because this leaf was sticking out. The tendril was like way out, out here reaching around. So I just kind of propped it up onto the chopstick and it's starting to hug there. And these ones really wrapped around, as you can see. So that'll give the plant some support as it continues to climb up towards our light here. Up, 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 up. About 3 feet, I'd say, from the soil. 2 to 3 feet. Wow, definitely. Yeah, probably 3 to 4, more like it. So that's the height that I'm hanging the light at, and it is still at whatever you want to call that, 35, 40%. I've left it like that, and the plants seem to be pretty happy. I didn't want to tell you guys too much about the lights in case I had to, edit it, change the duration or something for the next video, but so far the plants are really happy. So I'll tell you, I keep the lights on for 13 hours. I just have a little timer plugged in the back there. It's very simple, pretty cheap. I think it was about 14, 15 bucks or something like that. I'll link to all my gear in the description again. But yeah, just keep the light on for about 13 hours a day. And it's full sun. Like both these plants are getting blasted just straight on for 13 hours. But spinach and peas both do well in full sun. So these plants are happy to be here. But if I were to try to grow something else that likes less sun or like partial sun that it says on the seed pack, I'd have to adjust the lighting. So make sure you take that into account if you're going to start an indoor garden. Make sure the plants all like the same amount of light. You can actually see here too, the spinach plants, I've moved them. They were both right next to each other in that spot. But I wanted to transplant one over before they got too big, and it actually survived the transplant. I just kind of dug down and picked it out. It wasn't super loose, but a couple roots broke as I was doing it, but the plant's still growing. It's a little smaller than its sister over here, but you can see some nice, healthy looking spinach leaves are already coming in. I think that's about all I wanted to address for this video. I just wanted to nail down the specifics for the lighting, because I realized in the first video I told you guys sort of the distance that it's hanging and the percentage, but obviously the hours of light are very important. I just didn't want to give that information at the beginning while the plants were still really young in case I had to adjust and then it gets confusing. Somebody watches the first video, not the second, whatever. So yeah, I can say with fairly good certainty that 13 hours is very good for these plants. If I want to plant any other plants in here, which I'm starting to think about, like getting another pot going in here, I'll have to think about that full sun versus partial sun sort of thing. Partial sun, as I was looking it up, is more like just a few hours of light in a day, or maybe you could have the lights turn kind of off and on. It's a little more tricky with a grow tent, right, to try to emulate that like natural partial sun outside with the shade from the trees and all that stuff. So I'll probably try to avoid those types of plants in here. Lots of vegetables and things like that partial sun. But if I'm not mistaken, I think there's some types of peppers that do well just like full-on sun. We'll see what we can find. I'll look it up, a couple different vegetables I'm sure I could fit in here that also enjoy that, 13-ish hours of full sun. But yeah, I think that's about it for now. If you guys have any questions or tips or whatever you want to say, feel free to leave a comment. I love that. I'll go and check them out and respond as best I can. If you like these sorts of videos, you want to see more, hit me with a subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks, guys.